Good morning. I'll be discussing about some more topics related to virtual memory management in this class as well. Before I take up a new topic, let us quickly recall whatever we had discussed in the previous class. If you remember, we had discussed about different page replacement algorithms in the previous class. First one was first in, first out page replacement algorithm. In this case, oldest page is selected as victim, or the frame in which it is residing is selected as the victim frame. So how do we get this? We attach time of arrival to every page, and this helps us in finding out the page which is residing in the main memory for longer duration of time. Next page replacement algorithm which we discussed was optimal page replacement algorithm, and as name says, this is the one which ensures least number of page faults. We used number of page faults caused when these mechanisms are implemented as a metric for measuring the performance of these algorithms, and this is the one which gives us least number of page faults. But the problem with this is whenever we have to replace a page, we have to have the complete knowledge of reference string and look at the references that are going to come for the pages in future, which is really difficult. So therefore this is hypothetical or conceptual and practically difficult to implement. The next page replacement algorithm that we discussed was least recently used algorithm, which is practically feasible and produces number of page faults which is little more than optimal page replacement algorithm, but less than number of page faults that are going to be be there in the first in first out algorithm. And we also discussed that the first in first out algorithm suffers from Biledis anomaly, if you remember. Okay, in the case of least recently used algorithm, we look back whenever we have to replace a page. We look back and see what are all the pages which are used recently, and we find out a page which is least recently used, and we use that for replacing a replacement or to put the newly requested page. So these are the algorithms that we had discussed in the last class. In today's class, I am going to discuss about variants of LRU. But before that, let's see how LRU could be realized or implemented. Okay, I'm going to discuss about two different ways of implementing LRU page replacement algorithm. The first approach is counter based approach. This is a page table of a process, and this is main memory, which is divided into number of frames. Let's assume that the process has 7 pages, and you know that the first field represents frame number in the page table, and the second field is a single bit field which represents valid invalid bit. Now you must be wondering what is the last field. I'm going to discuss about that later. Before that, let's assume that this page has been brought in. 1 is also brought into the main memory, 2 and 3 are also brought into the main memory and stored something like this. These are all the frame numbers. Okay, so page 0 is here, and page 1 could be anywhere in the main memory. Page 1 is here, page 2 is here, and page 3 is here. This is how the pages are stored in the main memory. Now what we do is we attach a counter with the CPU or a timer with the CPU and initialize the value of a counter to 0 to start with. Now let's say CPU refers to the first page, that is the 0th page. Now when the reference is made, we increment the value of counter. So counter becomes now 1 and this value is copied onto this field. Okay, so I can call this as time of use field and this value is copied onto this field. Now next let us assume that page 1 is referenced by the CPU. That is when the counter value is incremented, it becomes 2 and 2 is written here. And let's say 3 is now referenced after 2, which is there in the main memory. So I forgot to write here. These bits will have VVV because they are all there in the main memory, and these bits will be III because these pages are not present in the main memory. Now when 3 is referenced, the value of counter becomes 3 and that is stored here. So essentially what is happening is every time a page being referenced, the value of counter is getting incremented and the same value is stored in the last field in the page table called time of use field. Now let's say after that 2 is being referred by the CPU, and what is stored here, this is incremented, it becomes 4 and this is being stored here. Now let me assume that these frames are given to some other process, and this process has only how many frames? Only 4 frames. Now the CPU makes a reference to page 4. Okay, so what is this? This is a page fault. How do you know that it is a page fault? You look at the valid invalid bit and this bit is invalid, therefore it is a page fault, which means what? This page is not present in the main memory and it has to be brought from the hard disk. Okay, now one of these pages which are already there in the main memory has to be taken out in order to accommodate this page 4. So this is what is page replacement. Now how to decide which is the victim frame or the victim page? Now we look at the time of use value present in the time of use field. Now whichever is having the least value, so that is in this case the 0 is having the least value. For example, let me change the value of time of use of 0. Let us assume that it is referred second time. If it is referred second time after page 3 or page 2 is referred, let us assume that the counter value at that point of time becomes 5 and this 1 is replaced by 5. So this is what this is recently being used. So therefore the page that we are looking for is least recently used page. Now which one is the least recently used page? That is this page, page 1. And this page 1, how did you decide? Because it has least time of use value. So therefore this is selected as a victim page, or the frame in which 2 is stored, that is this frame 4 is selected as the victim frame, and page 2 is taken out and written onto swap space. Of course, if it is modified during its execution, then it is written onto swap space, and this page 4 is put in place of page 2. So this is how the LRU page replacement algorithm is implemented using counter based approach. I hope you understood. So here in the page table we are going to add one more field called time of use field, and we copy the value of counter that we keep every time a reference is made to a page, the value of counter is incremented. So this value is copied onto time of use field, and whenever we have to replace a page from the memory, for selecting the victim page or the victim frame, we look at this field. So we'll have to search. The disadvantage of this approach is, you'll have to search the entire list and find out whichever is having the least value, and that is the page which is least recently used, and we select that page as victim page. So that is this counter based approach. Okay, let me discuss about the second approach, which is used to realize least recently used algorithm. So this approach is called stack based approach. Here we use a data structure called stack, but this is not a LIFO data structure. That means the item is not inserted to the top of the stack and removed from the same end. Here what we do, the data is stored to the top of the stack, but while removing, we remove it from the middle. So this you have to keep in mind. The stack which we are going to discuss now, which is used for realization of LRU, is not the conventional LIFO stack, but it is a stack which the data items to which are pushed from the top of the stack but removed from the middle of the stack. So that you will have to keep in mind before we see how LRU is implemented using this approach. Let me clear this. Okay, now let's assume that this stack is used to push the page numbers whenever reference to a page is made. Okay, whenever CPU makes a reference, let's say it makes a reference to some random page, let's say 0, and this 0 is pushed into the stack. I will take two scenarios, A and B. So this 0 is pushed into the stack. Then after that the CPU makes a reference for another page, let's say 7, then to 4, 5, 6, 1, 3 and so on. Now when the reference is made to 7, it is put here. The reference is made to 4, it is put here, and so on. When the reference is made to 5, it is put here, 6 here, 1 here and 3 here. So it means that all these pages are there in the main memory. That's the assumption. Okay, now if we make the reference to the same page again, let's say we are making the reference to page number 7. So then what you have to do, remove page number 7 from here, that is the entry made related to page number 7 is removed from the stack, and this is pushed down, and this is pushed down, and 7 is entered here. I will show you that here. So what happens is when second time reference is made to the same page, the entry related to that is removed, 4 comes here, 5, 6, 1, 3 and 7 is entered here. Okay, so if there is a, let us say if there is a reference to page 5, now what happens, the entry related to page 5 is removed and it comes onto the page 5, that is this number is written onto the top of the stack. So now with this, what is the use of this? Now with this we can clearly say that whatever the page entry which is present at the bottom of the stack is the least recently used page. Otherwise it would have come onto the top, right? It has gone to the bottommost place in the stack. So therefore it is the least recently used page. And if the main memory is full, that means if all the frames that are allocated to this process, let's say process P, are full, then you will have to replace one of the frames. And which frame you are going to replace? The frame in which this page 0 is residing. Okay, so this page, you can call this page as the victim page. And if it is saved in, let's say, frame number 5, and this frame 5 can be called as victim frame. Okay, so this is how we can realize least recently used algorithm with the help of a data structure called stack, but not the conventional stack data structure. I hope you understood. So these are the two approaches available for realizing least recently used page replacement algorithm. And now let's move on. So we have looked at two different approaches to realize least recently used approximation algorithm. The first one is the counter based approach, and the second one is the stack based approach. Now let us look at some more variants of least recently used page replacement algorithm, and these algorithms are called LRU approximation page replacement algorithms. The first one is additional reference bits algorithm. Then we have second chance algorithm. A slightly modified version of this algorithm is called enhanced second chance algorithm. Now before we discuss about these algorithms, so we will have to understand what is a reference bit. So this reference bit is a hardware support which is given to the operating system to make the decision on which page to replace when the page has to be replaced. Okay, so this reference bit is an additional entry attached to every page entry present in the page table. That is, if you look at the page table, you know that the first field is the frame number, okay, which tells us where the page is actually present in the main memory. And we have one more single bit field called valid or invalid bit field. Now this tells us whether the page that we are looking for is present in the main memory or not. If this bit is V, that means the page that we are looking for is in the memory, and if this bit is I, the page is not there in the memory. So it is a page fault, and we'll have to bring the page from the hard disk into the main memory that we have discussed. Now along with these entries, okay, relating to a page, we make one more additional entry, 1 bit entry, that's called reference bit. Okay, suppose let's say a process has some pages, 4 pages. Okay, this reference bit entry of all these pages of the process will be initially 0. And when a reference to a particular page is made by the CPU, let's say the CPU makes a reference to 1, that means it is trying to access page 1, the reference bit which corresponds to this page is now made 1. So similarly, after some time we will see some of the reference bits are made 1 and some are left 0. It means that the pages corresponding to reference bits whose value is 1 are referenced by the CPU and others are not. This is the use of reference bit. I hope you understood this, because we are going to make use of this concept to understand the algorithms that I have listed. Okay, the first LRU approximation page replacement algorithm is the additional reference bits algorithm. So we have had a discussion of what is a reference bit. So this reference bit will tell us whether the page associated with it is referred by CPU or not. If the value of reference bit is 1, it means that the CPU has referred that page. Okay, so but this will not give us the information about the order of reference of pages. Okay, so this additional reference bits algorithm says that an additional 8-bit byte has to be maintained for every page entry that is present in the page table. Initially, all these 8 bits would be zeros. Let us assume that the page is also not being referenced by the CPU, so therefore this bit is also equal to 0. I am talking about a particular page, let's say page X of a process P. Now at some regular intervals of time, let's say for every 50 milliseconds, what operating system does is that it pushes this value which is present in the reference bit to the high order bit of the byte that corresponds to the page and shifts all other bits to the right by one position, and the least significant bit goes out of this byte. So this process is done every 50 milliseconds. Let's say after some time, look at the value of this byte corresponding to a page, and if it still remains 0, that means that this page has not been referenced at all. Okay, now how can we get least recently used page from this approach? Okay, so let's say after some time the page that we are referring to, that is that page X, is referred by the CPU and reference bit becomes 1, and after 50 milliseconds the operating system is going to put this to high order bit of this byte, and this becomes 0 0 0 0 etc., and now this bit becomes 0, and after the second interval, now it again operating system looks at the reference bit and it puts that to the high order bit of this byte, and so on. Now if all the bits becomes 1, if all the bits become 1 like this, it means that the page is referenced at least once in every interval of time. So we have got this byte is giving us the history of references made to this particular page X. So for 8 time periods, right? Now you can look at this value. Okay, if there is a value something like this, then this is a greater value compared to this. Now whichever page has got lowest value attached to it, that is the least recently used page. So that's what I have written here. If you interpret this 8-bit value as unsigned integer, the page with the lowest number is the least recently used page, and it can be replaced when we have to replace a page to fit newly requested page into the main memory. I hope this is understood. We attach an 8-bit byte with every page that is being present in the page table, and the value of reference bit is shifted to high order bits of this 8-bit byte, and the remaining bits are shifted right, and least significant bit will go out of the register. So it acts like a right shift register, and we maintain the history of access made to that page consecutively for 8 time duration or 8 time periods, which could be anything. In this case we have taken it as 50 milliseconds. So at any point of time, if you have to take, or if operating system has to take the decision of which page to replace when all the frames allocated to a process are full, then it looks at this byte attached to a page. So it searches and finds a page which has got lowest 8-bit value attached to it, and that page becomes the least recently used page or the victim page. I hope this is understood. So since we have additional reference bits, they act as additional reference bits in this case. These are all additional reference bits. This algorithm is called additional reference bits algorithm. Next we have second chance algorithm. What I have shown here are the reference bits associated with different pages of a process. Let's say this is a reference bit associated with page 0, page 1, page 2, 3 and so on. Now this algorithm allows us to select a victim page or a victim frame. Let's say we start looking for a victim page here. So we are looking at the reference bit value of page 2. Okay, so these reference bit values are found in the page table. Now this is 1, which means that the CPU has referred this page. When that information we may not get, but we will get the information that this page has been referred by CPU. Now what we do, we give a second chance to this page. We don't select this page as the victim page. Instead what we do, we make this entry 0. Okay, this particular entry is 0, and then go to the next reference bit. Look at the value of the next reference bit that is associated with this page 3, and that is also 1. So that means that this page is also accessed by CPU or referenced by CPU. Therefore we simply make this also as 0 and go to the next reference bit. Here we find that the reference bit value of the next page, could be 4, is 0, and we select this page as the victim page or the frame where this page resides as the victim frame. Hope you understood. There could be a scenario like this. Let me erase all this. So there could be a scenario like this. Let's say the reference bits of all the pages are 1. In that case, if we start the search process from here, and we see that this is the reference bit value of this page is 1, and we give it a second chance and make this 0 and attach the current time with this page and go to the next entry, and here also we see that the reference bit value is 1. This is made 0, and we proceed like this till we come back to the same page or the reference bit entry belonging to the same page. Now this page is second time when we come to the same page, we select this page as the victim page. Okay, so how is this implemented, second chance algorithm implemented? Reference bits are associated with all the pages are arranged in the fashion of a circular queue. Okay, and we start randomly at some point and we start looking for a 0 entry made to the reference bit. Whenever we find that particular page is selected as a victim page. Why this algorithm is called a second chance algorithm? If suppose the reference bit entry of a particular page is 1, then we give that page a second chance by making that value 0 and we go ahead to the next reference bit entry corresponding to some other page. That's why this is called second chance algorithm. I hope you understood it. It is very simple. In the page table, along with the valid invalid bit, we add one more bit called reference bit, and this reference bit could be 0 or 1. When it is 0, the page is not being referenced by the CPU. If it is 1, the CPU has referenced that page. It simply means that. Okay, so and when we look for a victim page, we randomly start from some page and see whether the reference bit entry associated with that page is 0. In that case, we select that as a victim page. Otherwise, if it is 1, then we go to the next page and so on. That is the second chance algorithm. The algorithm that I'm going to discuss now is a slightly modified version of second chance algorithm called enhanced second chance algorithm. Here, instead of making use of one bit, that is reference bit, it makes use of combination of two bits, reference bit and modify bit, which can also be called as dirty bit or modify bit. So every entry in the page table has to have two additional bits, that is this reference bit and modify bit. What this modify bit represents, if the value of modify bit is 0, that means the page which is associated with this bit is clean page. That means after it is brought into the main memory, the page has not been modified or page has not been updated. That's a clean page. That's the meaning when the modifying bit or dirty bit is 0. So this algorithm makes use of combination of these two bits. There are two bits, so therefore we can have 4 different combinations. The first combination is 0 and 0, which means that neither the page is recently used nor it is modified. So therefore it is simply lying in the memory without being used and without being modified. So therefore this becomes the best page for replacement. Okay, the next combination is 0 and 1, which means that the page is not recently used but it is modified. What is the drawback of selecting this kind of a page for replacement? You'll have to write this page back onto the hard disk. So therefore we say that it is not quite as good as the first combination. The next combination is 1 and 0, which means that the page is recently used but it is clean, in the sense that after it has been brought into the main memory, it is not been updated. It is only used for read-only purpose. So this kind of a page could be selected as a victim page, but because it is recently used, probability of using it again will be more. Okay, so therefore, this is not as good as the previous combination. The last combination is 1 and 1, which means that the page is recently used and also modified. So definitely this is a page with this kind of combination of reference bit and dirty bit is not a good choice for selecting to replace with the newly requested page. So what we understand by this is, when we are trying to find the victim page, we first try to look for this combination, 00 combination. If any page is found with this combination for reference bit and dirty bit, we choose that page as the victim page. So if we don't find any page with this combination, then we go for this combination and so on. So it means that we will have to scan through the entire circular list to find a good combination for selecting a page associated with it as a victim page. So if we don't find a page with this combination, then we go for a page with 0 and 1 combination for reference bit and dirty bit. If we don't get that, then we go for this combination, that is a page with this combination for reference bit and dirty bit. So that is what is the second chance algorithm. So there are many page replacement mechanisms. The one which I am going to talk about is counting based page replacement algorithm, which is not connected to LRU page replacement algorithm. In this case, with every page, a counter is attached or a counter is associated, and every time a reference to a page is made, the value of counter is incremented. So that means now after some time we will have every page associated with some count value. For example, let's say 20, 30, 15, 5. So what it means is that the page with counter value 20 is the most frequently used page, whereas the page with counter value 5 is the least frequently used page. So in the first scheme, a page with this kind of counter value is selected as a victim page. So that is a page which is least frequently used is selected as victim page. Okay, but in the next case, there is an argument that the page could have smaller value in the counter because they might have just come into the main memory, and they are the pages that are going to be used in future. So therefore in this case, a page with highest value in the counter is selected as victim. Okay, and this approach is also called most frequently used page is the one which is selected as victim page. So it means that a page could have been used for a longer period of time. That's why it has got higher value in its counter, and after some time it may not be used at all, but because it has got this higher value stored in the counter, it can continue to stay in the memory for longer time. So that has to be avoided. Therefore, this mechanism is most frequently used, page replacement mechanism is used. So this is another page replacement algorithm which is used in practice. Okay, let me discuss about page buffering algorithms. These are not page replacement algorithms, but they are used in addition to page replacement algorithms for improving the performance of page replacement algorithms. How? Let's see. In this case, the system keeps a pool of free frames called buffer. So in the main memory, part of the main memory is used as buffer, which has free frames, and these free frames are not allotted to any of the processes. Now let's say there is a page fault and this part of the main memory is full. There is no free frame for this process. So now we'll have to select a victim frame. The selection of victim frame is done as before. Means if you are using a first in first out page replacement algorithm, the victim page is going to be the frame, or victim frame is going to be the frame which is the oldest frame, or which is holding the oldest page. Now the improvement that we are doing here is, once the victim frame is identified, we know that the page has to be written onto the hard disk. So this is an IO, in the sense the transfer of page to the hard disk is an IO operation which is going to take more time. So therefore we don't do that, we postpone it. Instead we bring this page into one of the free frames inside the buffer. Let's say we bring this page to this page. Now we have a free frame which can be used to bring the desired page from the hard disk. So the desired page is now read into this free frame. Later, and the task which wants this page can now restart without waiting for this IO to happen. That will bring down the overall time, and later this page can be written onto the hard disk, and this frame could be returned back to the list of free frames. So this is what is page buffering algorithm, that you hope you understood. Here what is that we are trying to do is that we are trying to postpone this IO, transferring of victim page back to the hard disk. Instead of putting it to the hard disk, we transfer it to one of the free frames in the buffer. So that process is faster, and we bring the desired page from the hard disk and start the execution of the process. So this is what is the basic page buffering algorithm. So there are some more improvisations that are possible to the page replacement algorithms. Let's discuss about those improvisations in the next slide. Another improvisation that is possible to the basic page buffering algorithm that we had discussed is to maintain a pool of free frames, and you know that these free frames are not allocated to any of the processes and used to transfer the content of the pages which are identified as the victim pages to these frames, and they are written onto the hard disk. Now once we write these pages onto the hard disk, we need not keep these pages in the pool of free frames, and these pages can be, or these frames can be given back to the pool of free frames, and we can call those frames as free frames. But we don't do that. We keep these pages as it is, thinking that these pages will be referenced by the CPU in future. So now we know that these pages are at pool of free frames and they are there in the hard disk as well. Okay, so now when the reference is made to these pages, we have got two options: one, to bring it from the hard disk into the main memory, or read it from the buffer if they are present in the buffer. So that is the approach that we use here, which is going to save us a lot of time. Okay, so the old page can be reused. The old page which has now gone into the hard disk after the replacement can be reused directly from the free frame pool instead of bringing that from the hard disk. This will save us an IO and save us lot of time. This is the technique used in VAX VMS system along with the first in first out page replacement algorithm. So let me stop here. I'm going to continue discussing about virtual memory in the next class. Thank you.